All right, all right, all right. It is Thursday night. Welcome to the Dale and Cat Show. Keeping it old school. I'm Dale.
I'm Kat.
You are.
I am. And it's Friday Eve.
It is Friday Eve. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. It is pouring down. It is bad out there, isn't it?
You know what? It really is.
You got caught in it too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I said, baby, I need a slice of pizza. And she went and got me a slice of pizza. She goes, better love me.
I know. I said, I hope you love me a lot.
Well, let's see who's out there. Good everybody join us tonight. Lois Fugate, how you doing
Hi,
out there?
Sweetheart.
Christine, how you doing? Good to see everybody.
Hi,
Melissa, hello out there. There's
Melissa.
Valerie. Valerie, how you doing out there? Writer Now Magazine, good to see you out there. Stephanie, good to see you guys. We got a great show tonight. So
we do.
Old school, baby. Ain't no school like there's Richard. Hey, we met him over the weekend too, man.
We did.
Had a great time, a great weekend as always over at Scooter Haven. Boy, we just had a great time.
Always a good time.
Krista Grada was there.
Yeah, she is awesome.
We just had a ball. So we're going to have a good time. I'll tell you what, the weekend's already here. We had 4-day work week.
Yep.
And tomorrow's Friday. We're ready. So hope everybody's having a good night. We're going to have a good time tonight. We got a Robin Hawk.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Robin Hawk.
She's extremely well educated, too. I can't wait to list her credentials.
I know. Here I am, just a poor little red Mexican from Indiana. And we got Robin Hawk. She used to be I think, assistant principal is what I hear.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I don't have to go to the principal's office or anything.
She speaks more than one language too. She speaks French. And,
really?
Yeah. Speaks Spanish.
All I know is English. I'm full-blooded Mexican. I can't even speak Spanish. All I know is English.
Well, you know,
barely know that.
You know some Spanish, and we won't talk about that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, let's see who's out there before we get this party going. We got some birthdays to get out there. Lois Fugate, how you doing? Says hi, Dell and Kat. Jeannie, how are you doing?
Hi, Jeannie.
And there's Dave Brown. How you doing, my brother?
Dave.
Good to see you out there. Scott Culp out there saying, hey, Dell and Kat. Mary Wolf, how you doing? Good to see you. A lot of these people we see. There's Abby Drake.
Hi, Abby.
On, Abby. Is Big B over there with you?
Tell B we said hi.
I'm telling you, I'm going to change his name from Big B to Eclipse.
Oh my gosh. He is so tall. How tall is he?
Like I don't know, 8 foot something. I don't know. He's a big boy.
Gosh.
But we're looking forward to seeing them guys this weekend also. Hi, Donna Bland. How you doing? Christy Thompson. How you doing out there? Susan Risky. Good to see you out there.
Hey, hola, Susan.
We're bringing all these women writers. We got a show tonight about women. And hey, it seems like all of our shows are starting to be about the women writers and stuff. And that's pretty cool.
What's wrong with that?
There ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey, I'm all game for it now. So come on, ladies. Let's do this. No sound. What?
Turn up your phone. Oh. Listen to me. Turn up your phone if you can.
Robin Hawk is awesome. Well, somebody's hearing us out there. Anybody can hear us out there? Okay, let us know. Somebody said they ain't got no sound, so I believe somebody's hearing us. Can't get sound. Go back out and come back in. Yep. Hold on. My birthday is June 8th. She's a Gemini. Hopefully you guys can hear us.
Your birthday's coming up too. Savannah, our daughter, her birthday's coming up.
Abby says, I will. He's outside smoking. So somebody's hearing us out there. So
Abby, can you still hear us?
If you can't hear us, just jump out and jump back right in. Probably you should be able to hear us by then. Hi, Scott Culp, Jenny F. York, and Lois Fugate. Everybody just, this is what we do, guys. This is the Dell and Cat Show. We're just one big family. Everybody comes on and
intermingles with one another.
Man. It's fun. Lisa, how you doing? Hope to see y'all. That we'll be there this weekend. We'll be there Saturday, and then we're going to go over to Crystal Harley Davidson for the Rosie ride, which we're going to be talking about that after a bit.
Yes, we will.
Scott Koff says, hey, Donna, and hey, guys, how you doing? Sherry, good to see you out there. Going to say hi to everybody. Sing to me, happy birthday.
Aww.
Happy birthday to you. We'll just play it here in a minute. You don't want me singing. High five to the women. Give him a high five there.
Absolutely.
Abby says, hear you fine. All right. Mary, yes, can hear you loud and clear. My voice carries. I was at work the other day, and I'm almost about a block away from my boss's office, and he called me on the phone. He's running the CNC machine. He goes, hey, I can hear your whole conversation. I get kind of voices when I got daddy got a little bass in there, I guess, sometimes, so...
I know, and a lot of times too, I have to go, babe.
Yeah, just wind down a little bit. Let's see, Christy Thompson, happy birthday. We're gonna get some birthday wishes out there. Let's go ahead and get the birthdays out here, guys. And all right, let's get this going on here, guys. Get the birthdays. Everybody, if you guys have a birthday, put on there happy birthday to whoever. I got a list of some birthdays we're gonna do, and I usually just go by whoever birthdays we got on our friend list.
Pages, yeah.
All right, Kat, go ahead and let's get some birthday shout outs out there.
Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson, Optic Armor. Check him out.
Happy birthday, Bob Johnson. Jordan Ray Cook. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you.
Ginger Baldwin. Happy birthday. Laura Hutchins. Happy birthday.
Ken Damian Anderson. He was my manager one time when I was doing professional wrestling with my brother in Indiana. Happy birthday to you, to Damian.
And Debbie Turner.
Debbie Turner, the Cancer Center. Hey, happy birthday, Debbie Turner.
Absolutely. She does a lot of wonderful things for a lot of people. Robert and Angie Casey.
But it's actually Robert's birthday, so happy birthday to Robert. And also all the way from Scooter Haven,
Tony Hager.
Oh, Tony Hager.
Mater's
happy birthday. That's Mater's old man there from Chicago. Well, happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday to all of you that has a birthday. Have a birthday coming up.
I didn't know Tony was from Chicago.
Tony from Chicago.
I'll be darned. We're neighbors.
Yeah, we're from Indiana. So let's see who else we got out here real quick. Give everybody some shout outs. Boston says, hey, everyone. I think we got that. And there's a birthdays. Happy birthday. Hey, y'all.
Hi, Rick Taylor.
Susan Risky says, thanks for the notes.
Happy birthday, Susan.
I'm no Marilyn Monroe. That's for sure. Kathy might be able to do that. Can't give her the Marilyn Monroe.
She doesn't want the president one.
Well, you never know. I don't know.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
To you. Happy birthday.
Okay. To you. She's on. Scott Koff says, Dale, I can even hear you in the back of my office. He's all the way at the other end of the
serious? Oh, I believe it.
He probably
I
can.
believe it. So.
Happy birthday to everyone.
Scott,
Melissa Carroll says, happy birthday. There's Rod. How you doing? Hey, it will be my birthday next year. Well, happy birthday next year, Rod. We'll make sure we get that out there for you when you have a birthday next year. Says hi there. So we're going to wait for Robin. She's going to join us. There's a lot of things going on, and she's got a lot to talk about. You know, there's got the Jacksonville ride, got the Rosie thing going on. She's just full of a lot. Stilettos.
She's got a lot going on.
Stilettos on steel. Mm-hmm. Holy smokes! And all these rides going on. Hey, but let's do this real quick, Kat. We got a little. We're over. We always stay over at Scooter Havens with Screwy Louie at Scooter Haven Country Club. Guys, you got to go out there. If you've never been, go out there, check it out. But hey, we're gonna play this little commercial for you guys real quick. Hold on a second. Check it out. Bellissimos.
That's right, my shrimp with a bomb.
That is so cool. And if you mention this ad, you get free tiramisu.
Yeah, do you? That's cool. Oh, Lou, he's a good guy, man. We had fun over there last weekend hanging out. And Chris DeGrada, Saxon, man, just a good time, you know. And everybody's still doing the social distancing thing, you know. They're staying apart and everything. But we're having a good time. It's been nice getting out. We've been there, every weekend for the last
3 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, 2 weeks. And
last 2 weeks, and we're going over there again this weekend. Met a lot of great people. Trina, look at that right there. He was right on my mind, watching Crystal River. Great story there. If you guys haven't checked it out, she has the Class Clown bike. Go check it out. It's got a great story. We got it on our page. And she's going to go over there and hang out with us on Saturday also.
Thank goodness. Yes.
Scooter Havens. Richard, was good seeing you, brother, meeting you for the first time. Says, have you guys eaten there yet? No, we haven't. We're going to have to try it.
It's Melissa's birthday too?
Melissa
Rieskamp?
No.
That's what Melissa said.
It's Melissa Rieskamp birthday. No, it's not Melissa's. I didn't see it on it. If it is Melissa Rieskamp, happy birthday.
Yes,
I didn't see
sorry.
it. I didn't see it on my notification.
It didn't come across mine either.
Happy birthday if it's Melissa. Is she out there? Melissa, are you out there? Give us a heck yeah if you're out there. Free dessert. Who doesn't like free dessert?
No kidding.
I know I do, but yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Robin, she's got a lot of stuff on her. We're reading up on her, and good to see Susan out there. Risky, it's just got a great time. A lot of the women, man, these riders are doing some big things.
Oh yes,
a lot of great things with the women riders and stuff. So
great role models too.
Oh yeah,
I have to say that.
That's good, especially
very strong.
I got daughters, and that's telling them, hey, you can do anything you want.
Sure.
You can do anything you want. So it's great. Donna Bland says, what's Donna Bland saying? Christy, free dessert, my kind of place. Yeah, come on down to Florida, Donna Bland. You come on over here and check it out.
And we'll take you down there.
Hey, well, you guys are all checking this out there. Where are you guys watching from? Hey, look like Robin's down there in the green room. So we're going to bring her up here in just a few minutes. And I know everybody's waiting for her because she's got a lot to talk about. And it's going to be good. So Boston saying, woo-hoo, we love Robin. I love Robin too. I love Baskin Robbins and and I love Robin Hawk. Now we haven't got to meet her, and we're going to get to meet her actually Sunday in person. So that's going to be cool, right? So we're going to bring her on here, and let's see what she got back there. Hey guys, she's back there in the green room. She's waiting. I don't think we got any. Did you bring any cookies or anything down there?
No, I didn't leave her any cookies. No champagne.
All right, they're watching from Homosassa.
This is a low budget.
Yeah, there's a low budget production here, guys. Homosassa, there we go. Brookville, right on down in how you say it? Lisa.
Hollisay.
Newport Richie. Good. All right. Spring Hill.
Welcome
everybody that's out there. Hey, you know what? She's already down there in the green room, and I don't want to keep her sitting there.
You know what, though? Before we do that, let's give a shout out to part of our Scooter Haven family, Kimmy and Andy. Kimmy's doing a lot better.
Okay, good.
We were asking for prayers last week for Kimmy, and she is doing a lot better. We're happy to announce.
Yeah, that's awesome. I also want to put prayers out there. My granddaughter's father, he's in the hospital, so prayers out there. And I put a post out there, and so many people with prayers. A lot of good prayer warriors out there, so we appreciate you guys out there. And let's see. First, I want to thank Valerie from Rider Now magazine, trusting us to go on the road and do some crazy stuff.
I know, and I get
Do you know what you're getting yourself into, Valerie?
And I get a brand new camera. It will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to start using
Cat's getting a new camera. She's ready to go. She does take good pictures. Now go check out some of the pictures she took just on her phone with Krista. Some good pictures. I love the one with Krista and Bradley. That's
a very good picture.
Really good picture.
But I like her also on the Class Clown bike.
Oh yeah.
That's an awesome
Trina looked good on the Class Clown bike too.
Well, she sure does.
Yeah. Lando Lakes. Let's get some of these comments out here real quick, and we're going to bring Robin up. Bring on Robin. We're going to bring Robin on there.
We're doing it.
And Rod, okay, if you're looking for a good smoke this weekend, try Esteban Correa's. I can't even pronounce all that.
Covenant.
Rod.
Phenomenal cigar.
You're talking about an Indiana boy. There's another Indiana boy. Look at there. Brad, how you doing? Hello from Scooter Haven Country Club in Inglis. And without further ado, guys, hey, let's bring up Robin. She's got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of events coming up. Got a great event coming up this weekend. And let's bring her on up, everybody. Robin. Oh, how you doing? Where she left? Yes, he is.
Surprise.
All right.
Surprise. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh.
It look like you're out of time, a little bit out of sync, but we'll work with this. It's good. How you doing, Robin? Good to see you.
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys?
There you go. Everything's in time right now. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Dale and Cat Show. And man, I tell you what, we've been looking at your stuff. You're all a principal. What's this? Really?
I'm an assistant principal of a large high school, actually. So I'm in charge of the 9th grade class, and that's out in Wesley Chapel. I live in Newport Richey, but I'm an assistant principal by day. Surprise!
Nice.
And you were a former high school principal in Newfield?
Yes. Yep.
Where's that?
Newfield, New York. I'm an upstate New Yorker, and I've only been in Florida about 4 years. So, since I've been, trying to grow the movement and figure myself out, I guess, and find my voice, which I have. And so now I'm just using it to the max. I was from originally from the mountains of Pennsylvania, actually, a really, really, really poverty-stricken, little poor farm girl, loving life, and so worked my way up and, studied. I'm a language girl, so I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish, and I was a Spanish teacher for years in upstate New York. And then I became a principal in Newfield, which is just outside of Ithaca, which many people know the Finger Lakes region. Great riding. Cornell University was kind of like my next door neighbor. So that was pretty awesome. And that's where I'm from. And I'm super happy about that. It definitely builds character. I didn't really have the opportunity to ride on streets and things like that in New York. And it took a while for me to come back. As a kid, I rode, horseback. I was practically born on a horse. So I did that. And then I rode some dirt bikes here and there. And whenever we had things, people would give us their old junk, and my brother and I would kind of, fix it up and start riding. So my brother mostly, he would kind of fix up an old piece of junk, a dirt bike or something. We'd ride it till it broke.
So you had a love for motorcycles since you were a kid.
I really have. And, it was like, I didn't realize how much I needed it until, I went a span of many years without having access to that. And I was growing into an adult. And, and then when my husband and I went and got a bike, sort of by accident, I was looking for a t-shirt. Motorcycle, thank God, and so I might have had a little bit to do with that, and then we always knew from day one, if you're getting a motorcycle, it's both of us, because he knew that it was in my soul for sure, and super supportive of that. And I just was really, I have a hard time, committing. So it took me a while to figure out what bike I wanted, and so I finally figured out what I wanted, and then I got my bike. And now it's grown, so now I have two. And behind me, you can see my project bike, which my YouTube channel that I have is dedicated to sharing my journey of a woman who has never worked on my own bikes. I've worked on cars and things like that with my dad, with my husband. We're a classic car family. We have a 68 Chevelle neon green. And we have a love for all of those things. And I just really, really had always kind of wanted to learn. But I'm a language girl. I'm a word girl. So it was kind of tough, and it's hard. And so some of my episodes are I put on my helmet and I'm like, oh my God, that was so hard. I need a crash test helmet. It's just, and it's me sharing my journey of learning how to wrench on a motorcycle from scratch with no information whatsoever. And my husband has been super supportive and super patient.
You got a big man there.
Yeah. He's come along. And by the way, whoever said, I think it was Mojica. I could put anybody in detention. So please, you better be holding. I have detention powers, and I know how to use them.
Because I make a joke out of that, Robin, a lot of times, because I'm a full-blooded Mexican. I'm from Indiana, and I don't know any Spanish at all, man. I was born in a small town in Indiana back in the 60s, and things were totally different back then.
Oh, yeah.
I call myself a red Mexican. I'm a red Mexican.
Now,
I like it.
You also speak French, correct?
Yes. I studied French too. So I've studied about 8 different languages, and really mostly Spanish and then French. I actually started, my second language was French. I started studying that first. And I quickly realized when I was going to go to college, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a poor girl from the mountains. I have no skills. My brothers, my father, all construction laborers. So I was like, and my mom was a homemaker, and we had the small house farm. And, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no skills. I love words. And so, I thought about it, and I said, okay, so Spanish is more marketable. And I actually said way back then, I said, you know what? I don't care if I'm selling fruit at a stand in Miami. If I get to speak Spanish every day or often, I'm good. And so, that didn't happen. But I also studied French. I switched over when I went to college. So, and one of my girls in my stiletto group, so I'm the regional coordinator for Stilettos on Steel, the Nature Coast. We're becoming a district because we've grown in the Nature Coast, which is basically 54 and Route 54 in Florida north. So Crystal River and all that area is kind of my girls' area. And we have, a great group of ladies. And in all seriousness, thank you for putting up the website, www.stilettosonsteel.com for information. It's a wonderful group of ladies, and I am truly blessed. The ladies that I am with, there's about 35 in my chapter. And then we also have several throughout the state. And then Crystal River has about 15 or so. And those women are the most amazing and beautiful women. And I say that with all the seriousness in the world, because I absolutely adore every one of them. They are truly my sisters. And through them, it builds my heart to do more and more and more. And I go a little crazy sometimes. I do a little bit more, so I got a lot on my plate. But I absolutely love every single thing. And my mission in life is truly to bring the female biker community together and connect. So, I can use my language background. So, para las chicas hispano-blancas, por favor, man, dame un mensaje. Venga a mi evento, like, come on, give me a message,
No hablo español.
We do have one of our girls, oddly enough, I got to use my French, which is kind of rare because one of my girls is Quebecoise. So she's a Quebec lady, Geneviève. So bonjour Geneviève, so I could also, it was like, and we also have a lady from Germany, which is like my best friend in the world, Stephanie. And we have ladies from everywhere. So my ride or die is from Arizona and Massachusetts, and lots of ladies from New York, all over the place. And what brings us together is really my group in particular. The ladies that I surround myself with, they have to be positive. They have to be, willing to be kind to one another, because I literally don't put up with anything else. And they all know that. So, and that's what we do. We're a positive group, and we love each other truly. We are all ride or dies for each other, and it's grown. And I'm like, oh my God, and so, and I started my company recently, Uncaged Life, because that's like, so trademark pending and copyright pending and all of that. But, Uncaged Life is, my tagline is what I truly, truly have come to believe, which is no limits, no rules, just freedom. And it's all about the culture of being a biker. And so, as my company grows, there'll be merchandising and all that kind of stuff. And I have all these like words floating around my head to kind of put on t-shirts and doing all kinds of crazy things. But a lot of it will be geared toward women. And I'm also starting my own female rider magazine. So Uncaged Women. Uncaged Women magazine, specifically designed for female riders. But, we do have, and with all due respect, a beautiful magazine that's published, and that is online only, but it's Women Rider Now. One of my girls actually works for Women Rider Now. So, I'm surrounded by all these talented, amazing women. But the difference is, I feel like my magazine is really sort of like a little bit grittier, maybe like in the trenches with your blue collar people, with your blue collar girls that are just living it every day. Your typical middle class ladies who are bikers and who want to just be positive. So our articles and everything will be written by them and shared for other ladies to enjoy, anybody to enjoy really. But it's all, specifically designed for the female biker community. And we have the talent. I'm surrounded by these amazing women who, it's so many times that I feel like they don't even know how amazing they are. I often say, I just wish that they could see themselves through my eyes, what I see. And if they could, they would just smile so big because I see all these amazing women. And so that's, you know, the Stilettos on Steel I do, the Uncaged Life, the Uncaged Women, you know, is my Facebook community. I have my YouTube channel, which is Robin Hawk's Uncaged Life. Chicks in the Garage is what I call it. And I'm working on the famous Big Dog Chopper. What was that?
CHIX, Chicks.
Chicks, CHIX.
Just so cute.
And which is partly because my name. I have this whole bird theme going, Robin Hawk, you know, so people think it's kind of funny. I see my ride or die Boston put Robin is extra in the chat. Oh yeah, she's extra. All my girls are extraordinary. So, you know, and I, you know, there's so many things I want to do, and I feel like life is about breathing. It's about doing, it's about breathing, and it's about breathing life into other people around you and just lifting people up every single day. We are humans together. And, you know, and some people I've heard say, you know, they talk about empowering women and things like that, but it's not talk. It's action, you know? Absolutely. And so when I do it at school, even, you know, one of the things I did this past year as a school administrator, there are so many girls, you know, I help boys too, obviously, of course, I love all kids, but, you know, some of our girls are really lost. And I do this meet and greet with every single kid in my class, which is like 300 students. And I sit down with them with about 5 at a table. And I just have them tell me, what are some things that nobody might know about you that's unique or interesting? And they tell me something, and, you know, they might say, oh, I do motocross, or, oh, I do, you know, this, or I do that, and people wouldn't know. And then I also share myself, and I tell them, well, here's my pink helmet, and I lead a female riding group, and I ride motorcycles, and I fix motorcycles, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know. And, you know, and then the girls, sometimes it's amazing to see the look on their face, and that is what fuels my flame. To see, you know, the look on a young girl's face when she realizes that this is out there and it's okay. And you can still be totally a girly girl with the lipstick, you know. So everybody in my group, it's funny because some girls will like message, like, if you want to be a Stiletto on Steel in the Nature Coach chapter, do you have to wear lipstick? I'm like, no, you know, you can be anybody you want to be. If you're a lady and you're a rider and you're positive and you want to share the experience, and, you know, that's what we're about. So, you know, and it's, you know, and it's not a bunch of fluff, and it's not just words, it's action. And in my group in particular, so I'm a busy little girl, you know, and I have, you know, events all the time. So COVID hasn't really stopped us at all. We worked around it. So I have Zoom. We just got off. In fact, I just did a quick change. I just had a bike night. I've been doing virtual bike nights every single Thursday. I use Zoom, and I get ladies in, and we have themes. Like, we did an 80s bike night, and one night I broadcasted literally sitting on my motorcycle. And we did trivia. We learned about each other. We learned about bikes. We told stories about our first bike, you know, all those kinds of things, you know, and we've done that every week. And I just invited wonderful, the Fran Hayes Law Group, you know, obviously is a sweetheart, and Fran is just amazing. And we're certainly friends of hers. And she is such an amazing lady. She was kind enough to put a rubber stamp of okay and approval on one of her employees, Lori Muldoon, to come and do an educational segment with us. So we just got off an hour-long bike night of what the best tips for, you know, if you have an accident, what insurance should you have? What should you not do? Things to educate women, and that's what I mean, action. We have Coffee Talk Wednesday mornings where we meet virtually. If anybody wants to just say hi and have a good morning and happy hump day, you know, let's have some coffee. We do yoga. So motorcycle yoga, I orchestrated that with one of the Pinellas girls, Randy, who's a certified yoga instructor. She does virtual yoga with us every Wednesday to keep our motorcycle bodies, you know, moving, even when we couldn't move so much. So, and it's been a wonderful experience and something good for her, and put a few dollars in her pocket. We just donated, you know, each time, and, you know, just to help her out. And it's just really all about community. It's about supporting each other and bringing us all closer together. Another one of the projects that I'm on is the all-female ride in Jacksonville. So absolutely. Thank you for showing that. So the website is twowheelstogether.com. And Jen Brew is the founder of that. Amazing woman. And she really helped me last year when I went to the ride for the first time. I fell in love with the event because it really did what it said. It's the all-female ride. It was such a powerful female experience that I said, wow, I want to be a part of that. And so I applied when she opened up a position on the committee. I went through a very rigorous vetting process, and she let me in. And I'm like, hey, thanks. I'll work for you. Whatever you need, I'll do. Yeah. And her and Sherry and Miss Prissy and Cajun, we're all working it out together all the time to put on this amazing event. Last year, there were about 400 women who rode, and they had speakers. I got to meet Gloria Tremonton-Struck, which is a longtime motorcycle rider, one of the very early members of the Motor Maids. Amazing woman. And she's like 95 or 6 now. And so we became friends. And so she's an amazing lady, and she's my hero. And I was like, oh my God, can I meet her?
No kidding.
I'm like a nerd. I'm a giant nerd.
That's awesome. Well, you got a lot of stuff going on, and you got a big weekend coming up too. Also.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. My girls are so excited. I just got word today that I think we have a group of about 20 folks from the Buffalo Soldiers that are also coming up. So on top of everybody else that's coming. And so I'm super excited. You guys know Krista Saxon. And after she was on the John and Heather show, and I made this flyer, to honor her because she was kind enough to connect with me. And I just felt like, oh my gosh, like, thank you, John and Heather, for like bringing us together, that it was like meant to be. And she's coming to our ride, our Rosie ride in Crystal River, or at Crystal Harley. Oh my gosh. And so I was like so excited. I'm like, are you like, that's fantastic, And she's a really lovely lady to do that for us.
Sure is.
She is.
And I mean, I've watched some of her little clips and videos. As soon as I saw the movie, I talked to her. I went right out. I got on Amazon and I'm like, buy the movie. I'm like, let me watch this movie. And
we did the same thing.
Right? Nationspire. If you haven't seen it, folks, you should check it out. Filmed right up in Scooter Haven.
Yep.
Exactly. Right there.
And it's amazing. And the thing is that I'm going to tell you, she dared go to some serious, serious issues. And one of them in that movie is school violence, which I went through that in New York. 1 year after Columbine, in my school in New York, we had a child bring, lots of things to school that he shouldn't have. And it was a dangerous moment. And, I don't really like to talk about it a lot because it was definitely one of those moments where it's, you might live today or you might die on the job.
Yeah.
And the kids, it really matters. So luckily, everybody did their part, and the crisis was handled very well, and nobody got hurt, and it didn't happen. We were able to stop it. But when she dealt with that in that movie, I immediately told her, I said, I watched the movie, and you went there with the school violence part of it, but you did it so respectfully.
Yeah.
And it was, and I also let her know, you really captured the emotion of that moment, because I've, been through a near miss with that. And it was definitely an emotional day. And, she did that well. So I am so excited to have her at the Rosie ride. And I'm seeing all these chat comments of my girls, Christy and Beth and Melissa and Boston and Heather. Hey, Heather, and so everybody is so supportive. And so I just want to say that the thing about Rosie, okay, so last year this started with the headquarters for Stilettos on Steel organization. Ann Zub is the founder. She's the owner of it. And she basically said to all the state coordinator, hey, I want every chapter to do a Rosie the Riveter tribute ride. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm on that. So on that, because she's really been a symbol and a hero for me for so long. And so I took it upon myself. I went to Crystal Harley. They're really great with me. Amy Moody is their events director up there. And let me tell you, there is I don't even know what I would do without that woman. She's the best events coordinator I've ever met in my life. And I'm pretty assertive and vigorous. So she's like, embraces me with open arms. She's like, Robin Hawk, let's do it. So we went all out last year. We had a great ride. I expected 50 people. I had about 100 riders. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Look at that.
100 riders behind me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot, and it was fantastic. But I will tell you, I do a lot to prepare. So just to let people know, last weekend, I believe strongly in leadership. So I foster leadership within my group. So I have a lead team. So I took 9 women and about 7 or 8 men up there. My husband and I mapped out the route, on the first day when I went up there, and it's an 1.5 hour long ride. So we're serious riders. And so we like to provide a really nice scenic country ride. It's an 1.5 long and great route. And so it's different than last year. And so we went up and I took my lead team after I do the route. I scope it out, I map it out, I watch it on Google Earth. And then I take my leadership team up there and we rode the route. And then I get their input. And they were like, it's awesome.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Oh, what happened? Come back to us, Robin.
Oh, no.
Robin is frozen in time there, but hey, that happens. This is live. It always happens when there's something good going on.
I know.
It always happens. Hey, Robin, if you can hear me, click out, come back in if you can hear me, and try that on there.
We got where you're frozen on this end.
She's frozen in time, guys. So if anybody can get a hold of her, tell her, go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. That happened to us last week when we had Valerie on here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we couldn't hear anything. It's like, we
could see her. Her lips were moving, but no sound was coming out.
Shout out to, let's see what we got going on here while we're seeing her. I know hopefully she can hear us. There she goes. Hopefully she can come back in and come back, and we'll get it back together. Hey, we're live, guys. Everything happens live, so hold on there. We'll see what happens. Shout out to Brenda Brown at Superstitions Harley Davidson, Apache Junction, Arizona. Thank you guys for staying there and hanging out with us. Click out and rejoin exactly.
Hi, Gary.
That's usually the normal thing. If you have problems, go out, come back in, and it usually will work. Hey, I want to say a real shout out real quick to our friend Abby at A&D Designs, Florida. Check her out, guys. And we're looking forward to seeing her this Saturday.
Yeah,
also,
Saturday.
So.
She makes some beautiful jewelry. Everything is handmade.
Yeah.
And she makes these beautiful pendants, and she can put it on a choker for you. But it's a beautiful resin, and the colors are to die for. But definitely check them out.
It could be the storm, because I know earlier tonight we had a bad storm over here and we're close to the Orlando area. And I believe she's over there close to around Tampa area. There she is. Let's see if we can get her back in. There she goes.
She is. There you are.
There we go.
Yeah. So we had to start the power went out. Well, I don't think about that. I'm on a laptop, right? But the internet, like our broadcast is through. So I just put on my mobile hotspot. So my husband's like, let me help you. So our internet our tower went out. So I just got my phone and clicked up the mobile hotspot. So it took me a minute. So
there you go.
Let me get back on my live comments so I can see. Okay, there I am. I'm back, everyone.
All right. We're back. Hey, it's live, so everything happens. Always something happens. But hey, continue now, Robin. You're on a roll there.
Okay. So I'm not sure where I was at, because I was talking about the Rosie ride. So right. Rosie, the thing that really struck me the most, so when we were asked to do this, we did a huge event last year. No hablo Spanglish. Hablo español. So I took up the challenge because the thing with Rosie, if you do any research on the symbol of Rosie the Riveter, so there's a lot of mystery and a lot of history around it. But basically in World War II, about 1942, there's a song, and that's where the name Rosie the Riveter really came from, was when that song. And then the pictures started to surface, and it was propaganda. So it was really the government trying to convince women to come and do their part. So they were saying, yes, we can. Yes, you can. You can do this. Please come and work in the factories while the men go off to war, because we need, workers. And so the women did that. And do you know that there were 19 million females in the workforce at that time? So, I mean, they all took those factory jobs in jobs that were traditionally held by men. Yeah. And so they got those jobs, they got that little taste of it, and they never kind of went back. It started opening doors for women to work in things and do things that maybe traditionally were kind of like the man thing to do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I love that. And the other part of Rosie the Riveter that really gets me is even more than that it started opening doors. But really, the symbol is that women, because they went to work and their men were off at war, the children were at home. So what they did was it was like a first time in history that women really pooled in America those resources together, and women worked together to help raise their children together. And so that's why I really love it, because it's a time when this symbol is not only the call to women to start opening doors for themselves, it was also a time where women came together and were positive and supportive. And that's what I try to live and breathe every single day. And so that's really why it really spoke to me when she put out the charge to say, hey, do the Rosie the Riveter. We did it. We did it big. And so everybody loved it. And everybody was like, oh my God, are you going to do this next year? And I was like, well, of course, because everybody loved it. And we had such a great time. So just to kind of let you know some of the things that we are doing, because we have, I had to be a little standoffish, though, because of the COVID. I wasn't sure that we would be able to have it. So I didn't even get to do as much as I would have liked. But we have a lookalike contest with prizes from Harley. They're giving gift cards. You could win like $100 from gift card from Harley Davidson for Crystal Harley for the lookalike contest. We have Krista Grott-Sachs in there, and I believe she's going to bring either some DVDs or some pictures and things like that, and she's definitely going to be there. I'm really hoping she's going to ride with us, hopefully, because she is a female rider, and I would love that, for her to be riding alongside of us, and such a nice, strong, powerful woman. And we have a stiletto sister who is an author. She's written a book called Riding Solo. Her name is Debbie Tolbert-Duggar, and she's going to be there, and she's going to bring books and sell her books, and it's a wonderful book that women should really look out for. That's called Riding Solo. So she's going to be there, and we have lots of people coming from all over the place to kind of support the event because it's such a fun time. We have a female band that's going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I work with Amy Moody up there, she really gets it, and she's like, okay, everything that we can do that focuses mostly on the ladies, we're doing it. Men can come to the event. It's absolutely open to everybody. We celebrate together. The ride itself is focused for women. So, guys, if you want to go on the ride, you're kind of in the back of the pack on your own. You can go.
Back of the bus, guys.
And I do print ride cards for everyone, or a little sheet. Last year I got really nice ones, and I had them printed and everything. They're beautiful. But again, not knowing exactly what was going to happen, and I didn't want to put myself in that position. But this year we also have goodie bags for about the first 100 women that register to go on the ride, and it's a red drawstring backpack. And I made a logo that says Rosie Uncaged, because to me that says it all. Rosie Uncaged, it blends sort of my business thing with the spirit of Rosie. And that will be on the backpack. And I refrained from putting any actual advertising language on the backpack, so ladies could use those anytime without having some sort of big, sponsorship kind of name on it, just to keep it just a nice thing for the ladies. And Harley, Crystal Harley, is putting some nice things in there. We have a friend of mine is a mental health counselor, and she has the desire to help people, so she's putting a little bit of advertising in there. But there are some really cute things that are going in there. And then we also have, and I don't know how big this will be for the first year out. We're trying. It's really, really, really hard to get women to show off their bikes. They don't necessarily have as much customization as some of the men do. So sometimes it's a little tough to get them to enter their bikes. So I'm doing a bike show off. So it's where you get to show off your bike, and it doesn't have to be the fanciest bike. We will have categories such as the most pink, the most girly, the most patriotic, the most likely to be ridden and worked on by a Rosie. That's that bike out there that somebody's really, raked over the coals and they're working on themselves. We want to see that too. So those are some of the categories that we're going to have for our bike. And I have, Rosie Uncaged trophies for them made by Steel Horse Metalworks, which is also a friend who is helping us out with trophies. And so, we have just so much happening. and it's so exciting. And
I'm excited now. I'm excited we're going to be there.
We do things all the time. Like we do them and we do them big. And then, so I just actually the Nature Coast Stiletto chapter, I also am going to be, I just put this together and I'm working on it. 1 year from now, we're going to do, it's called Nature Coast Grab Some Tail at the Dragon. So I just wrote the Dragon recently and I love it. I love adventure. I love to be, maybe that's no surprise. I don't know. But so I said, let's do this. So I put together a little ladies retreat. And so we're going to be doing a retreat at the Tail of the Dragon 1 year from now. So I'm doing that. And then also this just in, I talked to Amy again, and we're looking at, what can we do? And bringing women together is my passion. If you haven't gotten that already, kind of figured that out. So what we are going to do. I typically stay away from doing anything for International Female Ride Day because there are so many events already. And not only that, but literally bums me out, but every single year without fail, it's the day of the prom for the school. And I'm literally working in my prom dress, supervising. I'm the anti-shenanigator for the evening, which is against my nature a little bit. But so it's the night for me to go out and I have to do all of that for the kids. So I typically stay away from International Female Ride Day, but this year it's been moved to August 22nd, the official observance. So I am working with Crystal Harley right now. We're going to plan another great female event up there. And what I want to do more than anything is a female unity ride. I want La Latinas. I want, every origin, every ethnicity that is available and interested to come together that day and ride together, up at Crystal Harley for a female unity ride. And we're going to be doing that in observance of International Female Ride since I don't have to worry about the prom. Awesome. I see my girl Jen Brew is here.
Yeah, I see Jen out there.
Over at Jacksonville. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, she's the founder of the, thank you, sweetheart. She's the founder of the all-female ride. And remember, it's twowheelstogether.com. And the movement, she fits right in. And like I said, she helps me find my voice. And I always want to quote her because I think it's like the most powerful quote I've ever heard. And it's Jen Brew always saying to the girls and she said it so many times over and over when I was at that event. She said, we have to do better. And I thought, you know what? We do. We do have to do better. And we have to be positive and we have to be women together. Mm-hmm. And my vehicle for doing that, double pun there, is definitely, my motorcycle. And so, Rod Mojica. I don't know who this Rod Mojica is, but
he's just the cigar guy.
Yes, the cigar guy.
Hilarious.
He's a good guy.
You know what? I'm going to share this story. This is hilarious, right? So I, on the all-female ride committee, we have one lady, Miss Prissy. I love and adore her. She's a sweet, sweet lady. And she sometimes will have pictures on Facebook and she's smoking a big cigar. And I'm like, that is so cool. I've never tried a cigar. I'm not a smoker, but I feel like I need to be as cool as Miss Prissy. So it's probably the wrong messaging to send. But I am like, you know what? I want to try a cigar. So I messaged her the other day and I said, I need to try a cigar. Will you help me try a cigar? Because I don't know what I'm doing here. And so Mr. Mojica, I'm going to be, trying a cigar. And by the way, Rod Mojica said, what are shenanigans? My Nature Coast chapter, we're known as the Shenanigators because we like to run around wreaking havoc and having fun, and doing kind of like, silly little things. And we take our picture in silly poses with like different things. And, and Crystal Harley, is feeding into our nuttiness, right? So she's like,
you're taking your shenanigans.
And she's like, well, let's do a shenanigans. We're going to do a scavenger hunt focusing on the ladies. So we have a scavenger hunt coming up. I'm not sure when we're going to do it because we had to move it for the female unity ride. But the scavenger hunt are all these silly things. Like you get points for taking a picture with the big Sinclair dinosaur statue up in near Crystal River and stuff like that. So we got all kinds of shenanigans. And Rod Mojica, you might help me with the cigar. I get
it. Well, actually, last weekend we were over at Scooter Haven. Have you ever been to Scooter Haven?
This is terrible, right? I have tried to get to Scooter Haven, but and you can tell that, like, by the things I'm talking about, I think you get the idea that I am super duper busy all the time. Like tonight I had 2 events like this and, another thing like on top of each other. And so I tried to get up there. It was like last Saturday. I was like, let's go. But there was another event, and and it was one of my girls I hadn't ridden with, one of my co-coordinators, Miss Stephanie, and I was like, I really want to go, and I really want to do that because it's always, it's sort of like family first, and she's my ride family, so I was able to get some time, and then we ended up doing our practice run and things like that. So I did not get up to Scooter Haven. My husband's been up there a bunch of times.
Yeah, I was going to say because Krista was there last.
Yeah, I know.
They were giving all kinds of cigars.
Oh, yes.
They had labels of Nation's Fire on the cigar, and also
and Fran
Haas and stuff.
I didn't see that. Actually, Krista posted that, and I was like, oh, man, there goes my cigar try. But, on the all-female ride, my girls, they take care of me. So, and again, I can't say enough about them. And I know you put up the poster for the all-female ride, which I appreciate, and that's a great movement too. And like I said, the team is Cajun and Sherry and Jen Brew and Miss Christie and myself, and they're amazing women. And then they have lots of volunteers and people to help too, and it's just an amazing group. And so that's a great event for women. So there's it's funny too, because as a regional coordinator for Stilettos on Steel, here's the minimum requirement for me. I'm supposed to do like 2 member-only rides a year. We have something going on just about every single weekend between right now virtual nights and this and that and the other thing. So it's just like we can't stop doing, and we're going on Crystal River has like the water bike adventure. So a couple of the girls got together and they planned it, and I sat back and said, all right, I'm in. I'll just pay the money to go, and we're gonna do those water bikes up in Crystal River. So we're gonna bike to bike. So we're gonna ride our motorcycles to Crystal River, and then we're gonna get on those water bikes and see what kind of shenanigans we can have. I probably am gonna like tip over or something. It doesn't have an engine, so.
Well, hey, look, Rod said you actually pronounce his name properly. Rod, she's a principal.
Rod, you habla español.
He's from New York also.
New Yorkino.
And Jen Brew, I was introduced to her, I believe it was like last year from a lady, KJ. And they were going to do the ride, and so it got postponed till now. So I'm glad this was all coming up. It just all coming together. I love to have Jen get on the show here before the ride comes up and have her on here. But yeah, I was introduced to her about a year ago. So I believe it's about a year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I
do remember that. That was, in fact, I think that was right when we started to plan the ride for this year. And I think I do recall that actually, that you guys were on and she was on. So Jen Brew keeps saying nice things about me. Jen Brew, you're amazing.
It's nice when you have people say nice things about you. But I tell you what, hey, we're getting close to the top of the hour, and I tell you what, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show.
It sure has.
What a great guest, because I didn't even have to ask you any questions. She just went right on.
I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit of a talker.
Yeah, that's the best kind of guest, to have, because it makes our job so much easier, and you're a wonderful speaker. So,
by the way, did you notice? Whoops, I'm not. I might be better at good speaking, but the camera makes me all. See my little rosy label? I forgot to show you. I was wearing. It's been since the COVID. I got a little bit of a corona roll, is what I like to call it. So it was a little difficult putting in my coveralls this year, but I'm in.
I got a big corona roll. And I can't seem to get rid of it. Well, I think I gained like 20 pounds on the 30 I needed to get rid of in the first place. He said, Valerie Smith said, let's give them a free page in the magazine on Rider Now magazine. That's a good deal. Definitely do that.
And Valerie Smith, I just want to shout out to her too, because I am fully aware that she is a lady who owns Rider Now magazine. Yes. And I just want to give a shout out to her, because she's another lady who is just doing it and getting it done. And I have all the amount of respect in the world. And, and I'm so excited that, it's breaking apart the entire world. And I am really, trying to bring women together. And there's a whole bunch of segments of women motorcycling that are happening right now that people are unaware of in Florida. And I'm working at bringing all of those women together. Women bike builders are exploding right now. And I'm friends with them, and that is my goal. I want to build my own. The big dog in back behind me is the one I've been wrenching on. That's my new chopper that I bought.
Nice.
Beautiful.
You know, and then anybody who doesn't know my bike has never met me in my life. This is my Fatty.
Beautiful.
My Fatty boy.
Nice.
That is beautiful.
And I just got my vanity plates uncaged, so it goes along.
Cool.
And which one will you be on Sunday?
On my pink one, the big dog I'm still working on. I got to change those rocker box covers next.
Robin, real quick before I let you go, you had a public service announcement. I didn't get the video, but tell us about that little public service announcement about the rain and your helmet.
Oh my God, the video's gotten like 1,000 views.
That's awesome.
I went to Clearwater, and I love, my favorite thing is dinner at the beach. And so we went to dinner at the beach finally after like 6 months of not being able to do that. And because I'm just so busy all the time. And we got there, and my husband and I enjoyed a nice thing. We walked back. It started pouring, I didn't think about it. I always hang my helmet because my mirrors on my Fat Boy are very delicate. So they're custom, they're delicate, and they're kind of a pain in the neck, really. But oh well, that's a whole nother story. But so I had it hung upside down in a torrential downpour, and there was like 3 inches of water in my helmet. So I'm like, ladies, public service announcement. Don't do this.
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that myself also. So how it is. So don't feel so bad. Yeah, go check out that video. It's pretty nice. Yeah, you did have a lot of water in there.
That's cute.
Probably could have washed your hair with it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Robin, I tell you what, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Sure
Can't wait to meet you come Sunday, and I'm looking forward to having a good time there. And you're such a great guest. And,
you are.
You have so much information out there. So go check her out. Go check her out on stilettoandsteels.com. And she's doing a lot of great things. Go check out, and you can find you on Facebook also.
Yep, Facebook is Robin Hawk, and my women rider community on Facebook is Uncaged Women. And pretty soon my website will be up, and it'll be uncagedlife. Probably biz is where we're going.
Awesome.
Got to start somewhere.
That's it. Robin, we appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much.
I hope you'll come back and visit with us.
Anytime. Are you kidding?
We do too.
I hope so.
Such great guests.
We'll definitely see you on Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday. God bless. You have a great night, Robin.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Such a great guest. I tell you, she made my job so much easier. I love guests like that. So much, but she has so much information, a lot of things going on. It's awesome.
Very empowering.
We're definitely looking forward to meeting her Sunday. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be over at Scooter Haven Saturday. They got a hat trick playing there. We're going to stay tonight with Abby and B. Don't forget, Abby has a website. We're going to put that information up there again. Check her out. She does these cool things, the bandanas, but it's real. The crystals are just, they're like,
there's
crystals.
So, I don't think I say this right, but it's Swarovski.
Swarovski crystals. Like that?
They are real crystals.
Yeah. So we're planning on having a good time Saturday. We're at Scooter Haven. Come out there and join us. I know Trina's coming out there. And the night after that, Sunday, we're getting up. We're heading over to Crystal Harley-Davidson.
I do want to mention, though, real quick about Abby. She also makes the pendants.
Yeah, she does.
They're beautiful pendants. And it takes her about 3 to 4 hours total to make one pendant.
Yeah.
But they are absolutely beautiful. And you guys, please check out her website.
Yeah.
She has some gorgeous pieces of jewelry as well. And she has some new pieces of jewelry that she's introducing also. So please do.
As we say in Indiana, she sells jewelry.
We don't say that.
Well, I do. I'm still a little hillbilly. I can't help it. But hey, we're gonna get a couple more comments out of here before we get out of here because it's we're gonna go to bed. And it's gonna be Friday. Get that work week over. Yes. We're ready. The weekend's here. Only a 4-day week. That's great. Pete, what's going on? Rod, the Seaguard guy. I see Johnny Rizzo from Motorcycle Mayhem join us on there. Rod, how you doing? Lois Fugate, everybody, I tell you, thank you guys for joining. Gary Lopez, what are you doing up? Unless he's got tomorrow off.
Well, he's probably got tomorrow.
Yeah, normally goes to bed. Gary's our co-host on Asylum Talk Radio, which you can catch us every Tuesday night or evening now at 6 p.m. It's always Cocktails and Rocktails. So join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. And again, we want to thank Rider Now magazine for trusting us to go out and do some shenanigans like Robin. We'll go out and do a lot of shenanigans. We're pretty good at doing that and having a good time.
We certainly are.
Abby, we're looking forward to seeing you in Eclipse. Big B come and Julie, right? Julie's coming, I believe.
I don't know if they're coming or not. We'll see.
So we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time this weekend. I hope it don't rain. So I'm going to say prayers out there. We have no rain, especially for this big benefit coming up Sunday for beautiful weather for Robin and all the girls. So we're praying for beautiful weather. And hey, everybody, just have a great weekend. Whatever you do, just stay safe. And we had a great time tonight.
We did.
That's it. So, hey, we're going to get out of here, guys. Peace. God bless everybody.
Mwah.
Keep it old school.